Abakpa Junction, Enugu, is happening live now. They say no movement. Everybody started running. We've been hearing gunshots. So what? So this is Abakpa Junction, Enugu now. You're sighting a 2 division now. So there's no movement at all. So everybody is on the run now. Sit at home. Order. This thing is not a child's play. Please, everybody should sit at home. That's my advice. Thank you. God bless you.
Very tough, I am telling you. Very, very tough mechanism is coming. After this 1 week sit at home will come. It may not be sit at home again. Believe me. It may not be sit at home. It is going to be something else. So we are coming.
Wonderful people of Biafra all over the world. Wonderful people all over the world. I welcome you to the Dulce broadcast. Today is the 4th day of July 2023, and you are listening in the Biafran channel, a liberation channel. You are hearing from me, Mazi David Nana, from my location. Today is the 4th day of our historic sit at home. The historic sit at home is happening in Biafran territory. As a matter of fact, we want to inform the Biafran people that we are going home, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Today is a very special day because today marks the 2nd day of the 7-day sit at home pronounced by the Biafran Republic government in exile, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Why is Biafran sitting at home for 7 good days? This is a question that you as a Biafran listening should be able to answer. A lot of people have come out to cry, to shout about this 1 week sit at home. And you begin to wonder, why are people crying about this 1 week sit at home? Why are people not concerned about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are people not concerned about the liberation of the Biafran people? Ifeanyi Oba, the likes of DOS, the likes of Barrister Ejiofor, the likes of Chinasa Nworu, the likes of Chike Dozieha, the likes of Benjamin Madubugu, the likes of Austin Agbanyi, the likes of Emma Powerless. These people are crying, as a matter of fact, denying the fact that the seat at home was not their own making. Therefore, since they are not the ones who pronounce it at home, they have written a counter order that the seat at home should not hold in Biafran territory. You as a Biafran, you will ask, why are people hell-bent on sabotaging this 1 week seat at home? More importantly, why is this 7-day sit at home pronounced by the Biafran Republic government in exile through our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa? Why are Biafrans expected to sit at home for 7 good days? If you don't know, then listen, let me tell you the reason why we are sitting at home. The reason why the Biafran Republic government in exile and the Biafran de facto government in our homeland, through the spokesperson, through the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, embarked on 7-day sit at home is for one, the number one reason is for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike one, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who has been in detention over 2 years and now. Number two, the reason why you must sit at home is because the Biafran people are preparing you, are preparing me for a self-referendum that will be conducted by the Biafran Republic government in exile, led by our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Number three, the reason why you must sit at home, or the reason why Biafrans are sitting at home, is to prove to the whole world that the Biafran people are ready to take their destiny in their own hands. Number four, the reason why you must sit at home is to prove to the world that the Biafran people only listen to the Biafran Republic government in exile and the de facto government in our homeland, headed by our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Number five, the reason you must sit at home is to prove to the world that the illegitimate governors of Nigeria in Biafran territory are no longer responsible to the people of Biafra. These are the reasons why we are sitting at home. And anybody coming to tell you that you should not sit at home, you should go out to your normal duties, that person is an enemy, is your enemy, is the enemy of the Biafran people. Fellow Biafrans all over the world, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention for 2 good years and some days. The Biafran Republic government in exile are making it a point of duty to make sure that the kidnap and the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria DSS custody will be useless. For the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been released and be asked to go home, but the executive arm of the terrorist government of Nigeria are still keeping him in detention. Every Biafran need to embark on this 1 week sit at home, to press home for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man who wants your freedom, a man who wants your liberty, a man who wants good life for you, for your children, and for your generation, a man who has committed no crime known to man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents you. He represents me. His incarceration is no longer acceptable to the Biafran populace. That is more reason you should sit at home to make sure that the Nigerian government regret ever going to Kenya to kidnap an innocent man and rendition him to Nigeria and keep him in detention for no just cause. You can see what is happening today. The likes of Ifeanyi Oba came out to challenge the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, that he wants to cancel sit at home. You as a Biafran, you as an Nnewi man, knows that Ifeanyi Oba is fighting for his own personal interest. As a matter of fact, Ifeanyi Oba embezzled money from the Nigerian government through the petroleum subsidy, and the Nigerian government are holding him in a very tight corner. So Ifeanyi Oba have to sign an undertaking with the terrorist vice president Shetima in order to fight Biafra restoration. That is why you see Ifeanyi Oba shouting. That is why you see Ifeanyi Oba telling you to forget about sitting at home for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and come out and do your normal businesses. And if you are somebody, if you are a real Biafran and a true Biafran for that matter, you will ask yourself, why is Ifeanyi Oba not concerned about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why is Ifeanyi Oba not concerned about the liberation of the Biafran people? Why is Ifeanyi Oba more concerned about the Monday sit at home and all sit at homes? Why is Ifeanyi Oba fighting tooth and nail so that the Monday sit at home will stop? The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is because of the agreement Ifeanyi Oba had with the Nigerian state concerning his case with the EFCC. He wants to use Biafra to negotiate for his release. He wants to use Biafra to make sure that his case never comes up again at the Nigerian court. That is an agreement he made with Shetima administration. But unfortunately, he came at the wrong time, because Biafrans are ready to take their destiny in their own hands. Secondly, why is the DOS writing a counter statement against the 7-day sit at home? The DOS that was supposed to be concerned about the freedom of their leader, if actually they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and if actually they are fighting for the freedom of Biafran people. Why is the DOS so much concerned about writing a counter statement against the sit at home? Why? The reason as well is not far. For the fact that the Nigerian state had an agreement with DOS that any counter statement concerning the sit at home, they smile home to the bank with a 40 million naira to their account. It is not my word. China Samworu made that confession in one of his broadcasts that one of the commissioners in Nigeria asked them to bring an account where they will pay them 40 million naira for a counter sit-at-home order. For the fact that you see them every sit-at-home since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for 2 years. DOS has been good in countering sit-at-homes. Sit-at-home, every sit-at-home, you see the DOS coming out to counter it. They are countering it because each counter statement on sit-at-home attract 40 million naira to the DOS members. And you ask yourself, how on earth, with a directorate of state that was established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to counter every action and activity of the Nigerian state against the Biafran people, is the same directorate of state that is now working with the Nigerian government to counter an order that is meant to press home for the release of their leader who is in detention. How sad it is. But the truth of the matter is that before all these things happened, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, told us that the Nigerian government, the Nigerian state, the terrorist state, have earmarked $20 billion to fight against Biafra restoration. They earmarked $20 billion to fight against the restoration of Biafra. So every statement that you see the DOS writing against sit-at-home, part of that $20 million is going into the account. So they are working for their money. The DOS are working against the restoration of God's kingdom on earth. They are working against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are working against the Biafran people. That is why they can never support anything, any action against the Nigerian government for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for the liberation of the Biafran people. How sad is that? A supposedly directorate of state that was supposed to fight for the freedom of their leader is now helping the oppressor to continue to oppress the people of Biafra, to hold their leader in detention for no just cause. The DOS is part and parcel of the oppressors, oppressing the Biafran people. You must sit at home to let the Oluwole governors in the southeast know that the Biafran people are loyal to the Biafran Republic government in exile. The Biafran people are no longer listening to the Fulefu governors, to the senators, to the House of Representatives, to the councillors. Neither are they listening to the Igwes, those who have sold their soul to the devil. And you as a Biafran that is supporting those who are fighting against it at home, do you know what you are doing? You are fighting against your own freedom. You are fighting against your own liberation. You are fighting to remain in a country that is subjugating and killing your people. You as a Biafran supporting the DOS. You as a Biafran supporting the Efulefu governors in the southeast. You are helping the oppressors to oppress your people. More especially, you are fighting against your own freedom, the freedom of your children, even yet unborn. How sad is that? How sad is that? So pathetic. It is very, very unfortunate that most people don't see the handwriting on the wall that Biafra is a divine project. You can't fight Biafra You can't fight against Biafra and win. 3 days ago, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has a visual tour of South Korea. In that South Korea tour, our Prime Minister explained to Biafrans living in South Korea on the need to join hands with the Biafran Republic government in exile and make sure that Biafran land is safeguarded, that Biafran land is freed from terrorism from the Nigerian state. A week before that visual tour, the Prime Minister also had a visual tour with Canadians, Biafrans living in Canada, on the need to come together and support the Biafran restoration. Biafrans all over the world were calling to the program, pledging their support. Some even confessed that they were loyal to the DOS, but now they no longer want to belong to the cabals that want to still be fighting for Biafra every year till infinity. Our Prime Minister and the Biafran Republic government in exile are doing everything possible to make sure that you, as a Biafran, whatever you are, that you are free, and to rid our territory of terrorists and terrorism. All of you heard what happened to the toad in the Greek. All of you heard the nonsense Asari Dokubo was saying against our people. Everybody listening to that? And this is the same Asari Dokubo that is working with Ifeanyi Ejiofor. This is the same Asari Dokubo that is working with Chinasa Nworu and members of the DOS, including the wife of our leader. The family of the wife of our leader had a meeting with Asari Dokubo, and up to today they have not made the communique of that meeting public to the Biafran people. Asari Dokubo was contracted by the Nigerian state to kill Biafrans, to Islamize Biafrans, to make sure that our communities, our villages, our towns, our territories are invaded by terrorists, killing people at will to subdue us into accepting Islamic State. But unfortunately for him and his terrorist army, the Biafran Liberation Army are ready to engage terrorists who have come to kill the Biafran people. As a matter of fact, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa challenged Asari Dokubo and told him that the Biafran Liberation Army are ready to confront any terrorist coming to kill or engage our people in a gun duel. Most of Asari men were sent to judgment. Most of them could not explain what happened to them in the Biafran territory. They cannot fathom the spirit that have possessed Biafrans to fight back against the Islamization agenda being contracted to Asari Dokubo to take care of the Southeasterners and Biafra at large. But the Biafran Liberation Army are living up to the task. They are doing everything humanly possible to make sure they subdue us, but the Biafran Liberation Army are ready for them. So you as a Biafran, wherever you are listening from, and you are not supporting the liberation of your people, you are a saboteur. You are not worthy to be called a Biafran. If you are supporting Asari Dokubo, if you are supporting the DOS, if you are supporting Ifeanyi Oba, if you are supporting Benjamin Madubugo, if you are supporting Barrister Ejiofor, then you are against the Biafran restoration and you are against the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there for you and for me. We must do everything humanly possible to make sure that the Nigerian state regrets ever going to Kenya to kidnap the leader of over 70 million people and still keep him in detention up to today. It is your duty to fight for your own freedom. What I am doing today, I am fighting for my freedom. I can't wait for you. I am speaking out against those who want to subjugate my generation to everlasting slavery. I am speaking against those who want my children to still remain slaves even when I am no longer there. I am speaking against you as a Biafran who is supporting the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through proxy. I am against that. And that is why we have to speak out. We have to let you know, most of the ignorant Biafrans who don't actually know what is happening, because a lot of Biafrans don't know what is happening, and that is why we come online to explain to you what is really going on, because you are ignorant. You are supporting ignorant. You are supporting the killing of your people directly and indirectly. Fellow Biafrans, it is now or never. The game is up for everyone who have made himself a tool against the restoration of the Biafran nation. The game is up. There is no hiding place for saboteurs. There is no hiding place for blackmailers. Okay? If you think you can come and fight against Biafra and win, think again. Before you can fight against the restoration of Biafra, first of all, you have to fortify your spirit. Fight against the spirit of Biafra. Once you win the spirit of Biafra, then you can know that you can stop the emergence of the Biafran nation. Because this is God's ordained mission on earth. Most of the people fighting against Simon Ekpa don't know what they are doing. Simon Ekpa has been chosen for this cause. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu passed the baton to Mazi Simon Ekpa before he was kidnapped from Kenya. As a matter of fact, people don't actually know who Simon Ekpa is. There is always a phrase, a warning. Each time Mazi Simon Ekpa, people are fighting against him, he come to advise you. Mazi Simon Ekpa will tell you, before you fight me, if you are a church goer, if you are a religious man or woman, go and ask your God, the God that you are worshiping, go and ask him, if I embark on this fight, am I going to be successful? Am I going to win? Go and consult your God first before you can come and fight him. Then if you are a traditional worshipper, iburu onye ogomo, iburu onye traditional consultant or a native doctor or whatever you are, he said, go and ask your native doctor in your villages, your village where you come from. Go and make inquiry from your native doctor and ask the native doctor, who is this Simon Ekpa that I want to fight? Am I going to fight him and win? Then whatever answer the native doctor give to you, that will be your consolation for you to come and fight him. Since 2019, Mazi Simon Ekpa has been in battle for people who want to destroy the restoration of Biafra, because a lot of people were paid the $20 million that the Nigerian government earmarked to fight against Biafra. People shared in the proceeds. DOS collect their own money. Tony Nade collect their own money. Asarudo Kubo collect their own money. Every other Efulef, including the governors in the southeast, they are under the payroll of the Nigerian state to disrupt your freedom from coming, to make sure that they stop you from being free, to make sure that the slavery they are planning for you, they succeed. But the spirit of Biafra has taken hold of a lot of people, including some people like us, who can never ever be bought by anybody. We don't care. We don't give a damn whose ass is God. We tell you the truth as it is. It doesn't matter what you think about us, because we are the generation that God himself has said we are going to restore his kingdom on this planet Earth. Biafra is God's kingdom on earth. So fight Biafra however you can never win. Biafra is the truth. Biafra is light. And you know that the darkness can never comprehend light. And you know that falsehood can never overcome truthfulness. So we Biafrans all over the world, we are asking those people who are supporting the DOS, who are supporting Ifeanyi Uba, who are supporting the likes of Benjamin Madubugo, who are on Radio Biafra, talking absolutely nonsense. They are not talking about freedom. They are only there to gossip about Simon Ekpa, to gossip about freedom that they don't know nothing about. We are creating that awareness to you, that it is only Biafra that can save you. Fight for Biafra is only thing that you have that will make you get relevance in life wherever you are all over the world. Come to think of it, why will somebody come to fight against your own freedom? Why? Why will somebody be doing everything possible to stop the sit at home? Why are people not fighting everything they can do to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released? Because release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will automatically stop sit at home. Then a very simple thing, if the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stop sit at home, then why are people not talking about his release? They are only talking about the sit at home. Why is the governors in the southeast not fighting to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Okay? Why are the governors not fighting to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are the senators not fighting to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are the political leaders from the southeast not concerned about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are they only concerned about the stoppage or the cancellation of the sit at home? That tells you something. It tells you actually that they don't really know, or they don't want to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They feign ignorance as if they don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is detained, as if they don't know why the sit at home is happening every Monday, and today we are having 7 days sit at home. They pretend not to know, but no matter how long they pretend, sit at home will never stop until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, until Biafra is declared, redeclared and defended, until we have our freedom. Because it is only the freedom of my generation that will give me a lease of good life. My children can now be proud of where they come from. You can now be proud of who you are. It is only freedom that can guarantee you the safety of your life and properties in Nigeria. It is only the freedom of the Biafran people that can make your investment wherever you are to be safe. It is only the freedom of Biafra that will make you be economically vibrant. For you to have good roads in Biafra, you must have freedom. For you to have hospitals, for you to have seaports, for you to have airports, for you to have a viable industry where people can be employed, gainfully employed. It is only Biafra that can guarantee that. Outside Biafra, my brother, my sister, fellow Biafrans, you will continue to suffer in that contraction called Nigeria. And that is why we are fighting to liberate ourselves from the shackles of slavery that have held us down for a very long time. The Biafran Republic government in exile and our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that Biafra come in our own time. These are men and women of goodwill. These are women of unquestionable character who are fighting 247 to liberate Biafrans from Nigeria. And instead of you as a Biafran to support them in their quest for your own freedom, you are fighting against your own freedom. You are fighting against your own liberation. You are fighting against the generation of your children, even yet unborn. If you don't know it, I want you to know it today. Fellow Biafrans all over the world, I have a very good advice for you. If you are listening wherever you are, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to say. Biafra is imminent. Biafra restoration is imminent. There is no two ways about that. If you have not been seeing the green light of Biafra, my brother, my sister, you are far away from the truth. The green light is here. The green light of Biafra is Biafra restoration is imminent. It is written all over. Everybody can see it. It is very important and imperative that you know that it's only Biafra that can save you, and it is only Biafra that can save me. So the restoration of God's kingdom on earth is very, very imminent. You have a duty. That duty is to make sure that you help in restoring God's kingdom on earth. Wherever you are listening from all over the world, embrace the Biafran Liberation Army. Embrace Biafran Republic government in exile. Embrace Mazi Simon Ekpa. Now is the time that you have. A time will come when there will be no chance for you as a saboteur who has tried everything possible best to continue to sabotage the liberation of your people. We are no longer taking chances. Everybody who have a hand in what happened to Mazi Kanu will pay dearly for it. Everybody, I repeat, every one of us, including you that is watching, you have a hand, or you are supporting what is happening in Biafran territory today. You are supporting the subjugation of your people. You are supporting the incarceration of Mazi Kanu. You are helping the DOS to support the Nigerian government to oppress our people. You will have a price to pay when Biafra is restored. Okay? You have a time frame have elapsed for your grace. Because when the door is shut for you, even your generation will regret ever having somebody like you. 1 week sit at home, for most of you say it's too much. I want to ask you, during the COVID-19 pandemic, how many months were you locked up in Nigeria? Without going to farm, without going to market, you are just locked up in your house. Complete 3 months. You never had anything to do. You are not going to your shops. You were asked to stay indoors because of the pandemic. Even the palliative that the government was supposed to give you to sustain you for those period of time, that same government hid it from you. Look at Ifeanyi coming to tell us that, oh, sit at home is destroying the economy. Sit at home is making people to suffer. It's the same Ifeanyi and his cohorts that hid the palliative that was meant for you during the COVID-19. They hid the palliative from you. They left you to suffer. They left you to die. But hunger did not kill you. Why do you now think that 1 week sit at home you will die? You see, this is the card the enemy always play. They use it: hunger, feeding, economy, to destroy your brain, because most of you guys don't have thinking faculty. Okay? How will you be much concerned about what you eat? You are not more concerned about your own freedom. How can you be much concerned about the food that goes into you, and you're not concerned about the freedom of a man who is fighting for you? How are you more concerned about the economy, and you are not concerned about your own life and the life of your children? How sad it is. Those of them crying for economy. Look at the whole people shouting economy. It is either the Southeast governors are shouting for economy, or the senators. If it is not the senators, it is the House of Representatives. Anybody that is shouting economy has something to gain from the Nigerian government. Because if the economy is destroyed, they will not have any money to embezzle. They will not have any money to siphon abroad, to go and lodge it in overseas, to use it for their families, their friends, and all the rest of it. And they leave you to suffer, to die in abject poverty, because they actually want you dead. They don't have anything for you. All they have for you is death. That is why you see them shouting economy. Ask them, sit at home. Does sit at home prevent them from building hospitals? Sit at home, does it prevent the government from building good roads? Look at the Newi Spare Market Road that Ifeanyi was shouting about. Economy. Look at the road, dilapidated, in a very sorrow state. Yet he is trying to brainwash most of our people to ignore the freedom and go and trade their life. It's really unfortunate. Fellow Biafrans, Biafra is here. Biafra is imminent. And every other person who is fighting against the liberation of the Biafran people will pay a price for that. Last week or last 2 weeks, you see, a lot of people were talking junk, speaking ill about the Biafran Republic government in exile. Oh, that is the Photoshop, Emeka Livingstone, and the accountability nonsense group. They were trying to blackmail our prime minister, saying that, oh, the government, the Biafran headquarters in Maryland in USA does not exist. I want to use this opportunity to invite every Biafran on the 28th of this July 2023. The headquarters of the Biafran Republic government in Ezai in Maryland, USA will be inaugurated. Those doubting Thomases, those who don't believe that the Biafran Republic government in Ezai are doing wonderfully well, all of you are invited to the inauguration so that you will shame the devil. Every one of you who has spoken ill against the Biafran government in Ezai, against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, will be put to shame on the 28th of this month. That will be the inauguration of the headquarters in USA. And every other liaison offices all around the world will also be inaugurated to usher in a dynamic leaders to take care of those liaison offices all around the world, where Biafran issues, Biafran matters will be tabled and be taken care of all around the world. Sit at home continues. Tomorrow is the third day of our 1 week sit at home. Biafrans are enjoined to comply. The sit at home is a price which you have to pay for Biafran to come. As I told you earlier, we don't just declare sit at home. There are reasons for this sit at home. For those of you who are joining or those who will listen later, the sit at home basically was, number one, for the unconditional release of our leader Mazi Kanu, who has been held for over 2 years, despite all freedom treaties. All the courts in Nigeria, including the UN Council on Arbitrary Detention, has given order for Mazi Kanu to be released. But up to today, he is still in detention. So this sit at home is number one for the freedom of Mazi Kanu. Number two, this sit at home, we are using this sit at home to prepare Biafrans for a self-referendum that will be conducted by the Biafran Republic government in Ezai in no distant time. So if you are a Biafran and you say you want freedom, you want a referendum, you have to sit at home. We are preparing you for that self-referendum that will be conducted very soon. Number three, the sit at home is to tell the international community and every other body who cares to listen that the Biafran people are ready to take their destiny in their own hands. As a matter of fact, freedom is taken, it's not given. We are ready to embark on this freedom mission. We are prepared to take our destiny into our own hands. We are prepared to fight our way through to freedom. We are prepared to fight our way out of slavery, out of subjugation. Sit at home is we are using it to tell the world, the international community, that we have taken our freedom by our own hands, and we are going to liberate ourselves from the shackles of slavery and subjugation by the Nigerian state. Number four, this sit at home is to prove to the world, to the Nigerian state, that Biafrans only listen to the Biafran Republic government in Ezai and the de facto government in our homeland, headed by our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. This is the only government we listen to. They are the only persons, they are the only body that can say sit at home and Biafrans sit at home. They are the only body that the Biafran people are loyal to. So that is, you are sitting at home, you are now proving to the world and to the Nigerian state that you are listening, you are obedient and loyal to the Biafran Republic government in Ezai. Okay? Number 5, we are using this seat at home to tell the Oluwale governors we have in the southeast that we no longer regard them in Biafran territory. We are telling them that we belong to the Biafran Republic government in exile, that their words no longer hold water in our territory, Biafran territory. We are proving it to the governors. They no longer speak for the Biafran people. We no longer listen to them. We listen to the Biafran Republic government in exile. We listen to our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. We are loyal to the de facto government in our homeland. So this sit at home is to prove it to them that the Biafran people no longer listen to the Oluwale governors and the representatives we have in Biafran territory. This sit at home is also to tell the world that Biafra is here and that we listen. We have a government responsible to us. Okay? So fellow Biafrans, wherever you are listening, it is your duty to support the Biafran Republic government in exile. It is your duty to support Mazi Simon Ekpa. You don't support Simon Ekpa because you are supporting him to win award. No, you are supporting him for your own liberation. You are supporting him for your own freedom. You are supporting him to go away from the slavery of the Nigerian state. Because supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa is supporting freedom. Supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa is supporting good life. Supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa is supporting the liberation of the Biafran people. Supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa is supporting the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Hamadike one, the man who saw tomorrow, the prophet of our time. A man who have your interests at heart. A man who wants you to be free from slavery, from the Nigerian state. A man who is fighting to liberate you, to stop the invasion of your land, to stop the terrorists from taking over your territory. What crime did he commit? That is the only crime he has committed. Speaking for you, speaking for me. And this is the time for you to pay back. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu promised not to disappoint you. He promised not to disappoint us, not to disappoint Biafrans. This is the time for you to prove to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you will never, can never disappoint him. But you are disappointing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the fact you are supporting Ifeanyi Uba, for the fact you are supporting the DOS, for the fact you are supporting Barrister Ejiofor, for the fact that you are supporting Madu Bugo, for the fact you are supporting all these errats online, fighting against Simon. Then you have disappointed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are part of the problem in this Biafran liberation for the fact that you are supporting evil against your people. You are supporting the likes of Opos Odemma, Oluwale Peter Mba, Umahi, and all the rest of those Efulefu governors to kill our people, to rape our women, to destroy our crops and our properties. For the fact you are supporting them, then you are a sabo, you are a problem to the Biafran liberation. And Kama, the surugede that you and your family will dance, will be very destructive for you. Fellow Biafrans all over the world, wherever you're listening, I thank you for what you are doing. Those of you who are trying in one way or the other to make sure that this awareness is being created all over the world, to make sure that our people are conversant with what is happening, with the liberation of our people that is in top gear. I salute the Biafran Liberation Army. They are doing wonderfully well, repelling the terrorists from coming to our communities to kill our people. I salute the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for his doggedness, his courage in fighting for the liberation of the Biafran people. It is not easy. It can only take the gods and the spirit of Chukwuokika Abiyama, the spirit of Biafra, for you to stand so strong and firm in condemning evil against your people. This is what Mazi Simon Ekpa stands for. This is what Biafran Republic Government in exile stands for. This is what we, the agitators, stand for. We stand for freedom. We say no to slavery. We can never be slave in our own ancestral land. If you are supporting the DOS, you are supporting slavery. If you are supporting the DOS, you are supporting subjugation of the Biafran people. If you are supporting DOS, you are supporting Asari Dokubo, if you don't know it. Because DOS and Asari Dokubo are the same people. These are the people who are fighting against our sit at home. These are our people who are fighting against our liberation. And anybody who rises up against the Biafran freedom, it will never be well with him. If we are part of the gang that is hell-bent on saying, oh, let you try and see whether you can destroy Biafra, my brother, you have put hand in Nshiaboki, itinyego na Nshiaboki, okay? Itinyego na tipa buaja, you have put hand in tipa that bulaja. If you support the destruction of your people, what will you gain? Biafra is a divine project. Nobody can stop it. No man can stop it. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. As a matter of fact, Chukwuokika Abiyama himself has ordained Biafra to be restored in our own time. And I'm so proud to be among those that will restore this God's kingdom on earth. Because there is nothing anybody can do about it. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you fight against Biafra, you can never fight against Biafra and win. This is the time for you to pay your own price. The price we have to pay for freedom. Every other countries all around the world, all these countries people are running to, America, UK, Germany, France, people pay prices for such places to look nice and beautiful, and everything works in those areas. Why won't you pay the price for your own nation to be better than America? Why won't you pay price for Biafra to be better than Germany, to be better than UK? Why would you pay price? Last week, the British ambassador to Nigeria, Montgomery or whatever he's called, went to Biafran territory, and he was conversing for support, saying they want to establish whatever, they want to bring the development to the southeast. And you begin to wonder, all these years that the British have been milking Nigeria, whenever they come to Nigeria, they go to the north, they go to Sokoto, they go to Kaduna. They never cared about the southeast. All of a sudden, they are now thinking about, oh, they want to have alliance with southeast to build industries, to do this, to do that. Why are they doing that today? Why are they concerned about the industrialization of the southeast? Why are they trying to bring development to the southeast? Because they have seen that the Biafran people are ready to exit Nigeria. They are now canvassing for support. They are now doing everything humanly possible to buy the slave governors over, to keep you and I down, glued to Nigeria forever. But unfortunately, they came at the wrong time, because this generation of Biafra that I am proud to be one of them, we can never ever go back to Egypt. Biafra is our destination. We have given, our Prime Minister have even warned the British ambassador, High Commissioner to Nigeria, that he should not fuel crisis in Biafra land, because that is exactly what he's doing by his visit. Okay? We are ready to take our destiny in our own hands. We want to govern ourselves. We want to be independent on our own. Just like in 1967 to 1970 that Biafra, we are independent on its own. We don't want anybody to govern us. We want to govern ourselves. We want to take our destiny into our own hands. We don't want terrorists to come to our land and invade our communities and kill our mothers, rape our women, and destroy our crops. No. We want to bring industrialization to Biafra land. We want to build hospitals, good roads, airports, seaports. Every good thing you can think of. It is only in Biafra that those things are achievable. In Nigeria, they can never work. That is why you see them coming to Nigeria, to Biafra land this time around, to solicit for support. Because they actually know that the Biafran people are exiting Nigeria and there's nothing they can do about it. They can only buy few efulefus to work with them. But the Biafran people are loyal to the Biafran Republic government in exile and Mazi Simon Egba. And nothing can change that. Nothing can change that. As a matter of fact, we are ready and we are exiting. By thunder, by fire. The Prime Minister have promised Nigeria hell. Release Mazi Kanu. You may have some semblance of negotiations where we meet ourselves at a round table. Release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra now. Release him now. He is a man of the people. He is the Hamadike one of Biafra land. Nobody can take his place. We Biafrans are loyal to Mazi Kanu. He is our leader. It is only when Mazi Kanu is released that sit at home will automatically stop. So why do you think that you can stop sit at home while Mazi Kanu is still in detention? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Fellow Biafrans all around the world, my name still remembers David Nana. I'm listening to you from my location. Please like and share. Because we are going to our destination, Biafra. Okay? As a matter of fact, I want to enjoin you. I want to encourage you, whoever is listening, to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Follow our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa on Twitter. A lot is happening, fellow Biafrans. As a matter of fact, today our Prime Minister tweeted Hope Uzodinma have been driven out of Imo State. This is a man who came into power. He was the fourth person. He was given the first position to rule Imo State. He became a governor that never won an election. But because they were under Nigeria, and in Nigeria, elephant can fly, this man was given a mantle of leadership in Imo State, and he started killing everybody. Everybody who cared to oppose him, you are marked for elimination. It was him that killed the consul through the DOS and the saboteurs. They killed a man who is fighting for their own liberation. Today, he has been driven out of Imo State, and the Biafran Liberation Army are looking for him. The same fate awaits Peter Mba in Enugu. The same fate awaits every other Efulefu, every other political leader in Biafran territory that is telling the Fulanis, bringing in the military to come and kill the indigenous people just because we are fighting for our freedom. Freedom is sweet. It is only freedom when you have your freedom that you can do everything you can and you live peacefully with your family, with your friends, and with your neighbors. In Nigeria, you are living with your eyes open because you don't know what will happen to you in the next minute. If the army did not kill you, a Bubagu will kill you. If a Bubagu did not kill you, custom will kill you.